We're here. What's good, guys? Your boy Good Savage back again for another Let's Talk Smack Your Weekend SmackDown review. I hope everyone's well. I hope everybody is good. Big up the people that got redirected from ends. Big up ends for that, and love. Big up Morris to see you were there. Yeah, man. I hope everyone's well, man. I had a few things to do just before I just got off end this stream. Had a few things. I got a headache, bro. So yeah, I mean, man trying to decide whether to take the tablettes and that, bro, but I don't really touch them like that. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, man, we're here to talk SmackDown. Let's talk Smack. It's the SmackDown removed from SummerSlam because obviously we've had Raw already, and we saw how that went. So we won't be here for too long. Just want to chop it up. I watched SmackDown live because I was just awake, so I watched SmackDown in it. And yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see everyone's point of view and how they're feeling about how the show went and stuff like that. You've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. 5 months wasted. I'm not here to moan about it. I'm going to try not to anyway. It might come across like I'm moaning, but I'm kind of past it now. Wrestling's gone in a certain direction. It is what it is. Everything's booked for the pop. And yeah, that's basically what wrestling is now. Everything's booked for the pop, so I can't really, I mean, now I know. Now I've seen it. I can't unsee it. It is what it is. Big up to Zach. But how's it, before we get started, how is everybody doing? How's everyone's mental health, their physical health? Is everyone taking care of themselves and that? Big up honesty. But yeah, man, just let me know so we can get started on SmackDown. I want to just start a little cold open of why I put in the thumbnail 5 months wasted. And again, it sounds very negative, but it's the only way I could put it. You know what I mean? I could try and be nicer about it, but it is 5 months wasted. I think people can grasp, man. This episode really hit home to how the time has been wasted, to how everything has changed, to how everything after, well, let's go from Royal Rumble. I mean, if we go from Royal Rumble, it's longer than 5 months. Elimination Chamber, of course. But, I mean, to be honest, now I'm thinking we may have wasted longer than 5 months. It might be the whole year. But let me just go from that. The reason where that come from was literally because John Cena. John Cena is, yeah, we'll get into it. Big up to Morris. I'm glad you're good. I'm fine. Little headache, nothing too serious. Nice stream with ends and the man them just, that was fun. So yeah, once I get off from here, sort myself out, stay hydrated, and that when the headache drifts away, then I'll just get back to work and then do my regular stuff, man. But for all the people that are on the 100 and stuff like that, I know you like me keeping tabs at the time and all that stuff, but I'm just gonna trust the fact that you like been taking care of yourself and trying to level up. At least we got 13 days left. 13 days, which I told you is because we're going to pre-season to the start of the Prem, so you get it. You know I'm not lying. But honestly, I've been walking on the treadmill for 20 minutes before bed, wake up. Okay. I respect it. Man. Remember, this challenge wasn't about being perfect. This wasn't about being David Goggins, bro. This was about leveling up in some way, man. Little aspects of your life changing up. Because obviously when this is done and when we lock into Christmas, then we're going to see what the crack is in it. And hopefully a lot of the people who have started, a lot of people who might start after, can go into 2026 a different human. You know what I mean? Shed all the baggage from 2025 and all the baggage from your life, bro. And let's go on to positive things. It's not a motivational thing. It's life. It's discipline. Yeah, I mean, motivation is overrated. And if you're gonna rely on motivation, you will fail, bro. Because man ain't motivated to do stuff all the time. I've got a headache, bro. I had a migraine this morning. It's just getting worse. Man trained with it. It's life, bro. You get over it. So, SmackDown. Again, post SummerSlam, we have to probably go to, in the cold open, and we have to probably go to what happened at SummerSlam to anticipate what we're expecting next, because it's not a full reset, but it's almost like SummerSlam, the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. WrestleMania a lot of the times is the final nail in the coffin to something, or it's a start of something new, it's a rebirth of something new. And that is the kind of the same with SummerSlam, because you would put the years in quarters, wouldn't you? in terms of Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. 4 big pay-per-views. They are the turning points. Although Survivor Series over the last few years hasn't been really treated like such, but it is a turning point. So this is SmackDown. So for only the SmackDown superstars, John Cena lost his title to Cody Rhodes, and post-match, Brock Lesnar came out. Now, I told you guys at the time, and it didn't need to be speculation because I knew when Brock Lesnar was cleared by the authorities. So when they tell you this on Unreal that they're booking in advance and they've been booking a year in advance, Paul Heyman, we've been booking a year in advance. How can you book a year in advance when Brock Lesnar was cleared for 3 weeks and then you got him back in? Now, clearly, the direction they're going with Brock is to be booked after his return. They haven't got an idea already. They've just, we're going to bring him back, and it's John Cena's last year. So it proves everything that I said. It's booked on the fly. You thought of this Brock Lesnar thing then. Even the fact that Paul Heyman on Ariel Helwani, when did you know that we should turn John Cena back? And how do you think the John Cena thing went? He didn't say it went swimmingly well. You know what I mean? So it's been terrible. I'm sorry to say, I'm not moaning. It is what it is. This John Cena heel turn now, we've culminated for him turning babyface on last SmackDown, and this SmackDown, it's confirmed he's still the same guy. This John Cena heel turn is one of the worst of all time. And I'm talking about, everyone jokes about Big Show heel turns and that, but the reason why people joke about Big Show heel turns is because he turns back so much times, but that's over a career span. It's not like he was turning back constantly. This is one of the worst of all time. This went from people saying it's one of the best heel turns of all time to it's one of the worst, bro. What has happened since? In the 5 months after Elimination Chamber, what has happened? What did they plan in advance? What did they think was happening? This episode of SmackDown, it's regular, blue blood, all-American, K-Mark shorts. This is regular John Cena, bro. Holding regular Cody's hand. And all I was doing is watching this today going, what a waste of time. We could have just went with this in the first place with John Cena and Cody. When we were all speaking after January the 6th, when John Cena came out on Netflix and said he was leaving, when we were speaking on that day, we would assume that because he was babyface John Cena, this is how it would go. Everything what we've had since last week. So we'd expect that him and Cody Rhodes would have a babyface versus babyface match. But John Cena would maybe lose and then come out on top, and then you'd shake Cody's hand and he'll give him a hug and he'll say that he's the guy and all this stuff, and he'll put him over like he always does. We expected that. We've got it. We just got it 5 months later, and they tried to give us a swerve in between. It was pointless. Nothing has happened since then. Nothing has been meaningful since then. And we're going to get to it on this show, but I'm just going to say now, for the people that didn't watch SmackDown, John Cena and R-Truth went back to being regular John Cena and R-Truth today. So what you mean to tell me is you guys fired Ron Killings and hired R-Truth. So I don't know what's happened here. Cody's champion again, which he was champion 5 months ago. John Cena's babyface, which he was babyface 5 months ago. R-Truth is a babyface, normal R-Truth, which he was 5 months ago. Drew McIntyre is still running around because he can't stop thinking about the title. He's still there 5 months before, now, same thing. Logan Paul is doing the same shit he always does. The only thing what's changed within the last 5 months is Naomi being a heel, being great, by the way. Charlotte and Alexa being together. Chelsea's still doing the same Chelsea stuff with the Secret Cervix. There's nothing's changed. I'm looking at what Sami Zayn's still running after a title and winning and doing the underdog thing. Can somebody tell me how Sami Zayn's still the underdog? He's beat Gunther. Did he not? He's beat Solo before. He's beat Drew. I don't get it. Why is Sami still the underdog? Listen, man. Let's get into the show. Let me forget the comment section and then we'll start. Sounds like it's going to be Crown Jewel thing, which October, November, because expected Rockets will fly to Paris. But surprise, the release Roman is all good. Yeah, man. Big up Roman, man. I was watching the pickup this weekend. So weird seeing Roman Reigns in the movie, but he looked like he was just being himself in the movie. But he's good in it. He's good. He didn't say too much in the movie at all. So this is the second movie I've seen him in a TV program before. It's been Fast and Furious. Well, Hobbs and Shaw didn't have any words there really either. Didn't have any words in this. Roman's just loving life, man. So no progression, Sammy. He's just chasing after a world title still, I guess. Well, yeah, it's proving my point. He's been doing that the whole time. That's been his whole thing. Apart from when he was going after the tag team titles, his whole thing has been chasing the world title down. Anyway, I'm not going to go into the little meaty backstage segments. I really can't be bothered. They weren't worth nothing on it apart from the R-Truth one, just because I want to speak about it. But this show kicked off with John Cena. Regular John Cena comes with his apologies and how he's been over the last however long, and starts talking about the reason why he acted like this. He was worried. He was afraid. This whole promo was about him being afraid. He was afraid that the fans would forget who he was when it's all said and done. He said, I'm afraid of what I could deliver in the ring. And he said, I'll be honest, I'm even afraid of Brock Lesnar. But what I'm not afraid of is a challenge. And then he went into the... John Cena's so good on the mic. But once he gets like animated, he gets very cheesy. And he starts running around like it's pantomime around the ring. And he's like, oh, and I'm not and John Cena, and I'm John Cena. And they brought that like, it's very cheesy, bro. But the whole thing was, you know, if you want some, come get some. And he's back, he's regular John Cena, and he's gonna ride the wheels. And I don't know, but like it is what it is. It's just regular John Cena. Like there's nothing special. It's a waste of time. Heel John Cena was interesting for a bit, but that was poor as well. He ain't really done anything bad enough in his heel run for people to still hate him. Like usually, for example, when Roman technically turned babyface, well, if you want to call it that, I don't even know what Roman is, but when he did that, there was still people. Drew McIntyre had a big issue because he's like, no, you like made my life a hell when you was the Bloodline. I'm not having it. Nobody even cares about John Cena because he ain't done anything in that heel run. The only person who should have been mad at him is R-Truth, and R-Truth is fine with him. Cody's forgiven John Cena for absolutely everything. Who else did he fight? Randy Orton. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I'm watching it. I'm so confused. I'm like, nobody gives a damn. Cody's just happy to come and say, okay, so this happened. John Cena says, for all of you people back there, I'm John Cena. If you want some, come get some because I'm here. Logan Paul comes out. Logan Paul makes some valid points to John Cena and all this stuff. Obviously, he trolls the crowd because they're in Canada. It's very funny what he's saying to John Cena because he's basically saying that John Cena told him that he was the future of the company not so long ago. Now, if you remember, John Cena and Logan Paul tagged, didn't they? They were a tag team. That was going into the St. Louis Backlash, I think. So, yeah, Logan Paul has a valid point, and he can't really combat that. Anyway, that happens, and then Drew McIntyre attacks John Cena. So we're still running with Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. It wasn't just for the SummerSlam pay-per-view. They're still in cahoots with each other. John Cena starts to get beaten up. I have to say, I applaud Logan for what he's doing in the ring and what he's done in the ring. But when they were laying punches and kicks onto John Cena, please peep Logan Paul's forearms. Brother, this man was not touching John Cena with those punches. When I mean he weren't touching him, I'm talking about man was forearming air, blood, oxygen, bro, carbon dioxide, bro. He was forearming molecules, bro. He didn't touch John Cena, bro. Sort that out. There's cameras watching. Hit the man. It's wrestling. People expecting to get hurt. Obviously, you knew what was coming next. I didn't need, bro, like, if I didn't watch this show, if you lot told me that these two beat up John Cena, I would have told you, did Cody come out? Cody came out. He does his little weird run. He flies into the ring. And them two clear house, get rid of Drew, get rid of Logan Paul. You knew what was coming next. The only surprise I had was that the tag team match was made for SmackDown because I would thought it was going to be like, oh, you blah, blah, blah. Me and Cody versus you two clash in Paris. I thought that's what they were going to say. We find out at the end of the night that it's going to be, it's not going to be that Clash of Paris. It's probably going to be Drew McIntyre versus Cody and then Logan Paul versus John Cena. It's going to be. Now what you've done is you put John Cena in this final run with no title in another meaningless match against somebody who, yes, he's doing the best he can as Logan Paul, but there's other superstars that can have the John Cena rub. Like, it's not going to affect Logan either way. Logan's going to lose this match, but even if he won it, it's not going to help him. It's not going to help him. John Cena should be using it against. He should be using this time to fight other superstars who have been putting the graft in for years and not getting the chance. I don't understand how him fighting Logan Paul. How we as fans are we supposed to be excited about Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul versus John Cena? Cody versus Drew could have been built great, but this is the way they've decided to do it. And then John Cena versus Logan, nobody cares about that match, bro. It's going to be a load of Logan Paul beating John Cena up, and John Cena's going to power up, do the Super Cena thing, and win the match. What's crazy is how they've teamed up 5 days later, whereas Roman, it was months after until the team up. Exactly. When Roman teamed up, he still was doing the side-eye thing. Like, I don't really want to be teaming up with certain people and that. Whatever, man. We move on from there. We get a match between the Motor City Machine Gays versus the MFTs, bruv, the Nightwings, bruv, the Batman and Robins. Listen, I will say this about the Motor City Machine Gays, and this match itself, in terms of wrestling, was a showcase of tag team from their side. They were really good. They were really good in this match. They showcased tag teams at the top level. But at the end of the day, the match don't mean anything. We knew what was going to happen, and what happened did happen. You know what I'm saying? So, nobody really cares about this match either, bro. I don't even know what the match was made, to be honest. It was good. It was fun. Corn on the cob. Talatonga. Yeah. It's very hard to speak about these kind of matches because once you've got past the in-ring stuff, which isn't the most important thing because all of them can wrestle, there's nothing else to talk about. There's no story. There's nothing. They're not in there for a number one contendership match. They're not in here to fight for the tag team titles. Nothing happened in it. So very awkward. Very awkward to talk about these matches, man. I'm so disappointed in how SmackDown's gone, man. Like, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of the times we come on here and the show's not been very good, but it's like very disappointing because I said this on the Raw review when it was on Let's Talk Raw. How do you have the moment you had with Brock Lesnar, but then you don't use him in the next day? And if you're not going to use him the next day, can you at least use him on SmackDown where John Cena's going to be? He didn't. How does this work? When Brock Lesnar left, he was cool with Cody, but now he's got beef with John Cena. We left with like not a babyface Brock Lesnar, but a tweener Brock Lesnar. They haven't fought ahead. They don't know what's going on. Like, honestly, they don't, man. They've not, like, there's no thought gone into what they're going to do next with stuff. It's like, let's book now. Let's get the pop from Brock Lesnar. The fans will go crazy. Let them have all their speculations. And then we'll just go with something after that. It's not good, man. It's not good at all. It's a shame, though. It's a shame. But again, let me just get my SmackDown notes up because I think I wrote some other stuff on this one. See what the comment section's saying as well. Yeah, the match was great, but didn't mean nothing. Fats were expecting him to appear on SmackDown. I don't get why they did that with Lesnar. I mean, we know why, because let's be honest, what was everybody saying going from night one? Night one wasn't a spectacle as well, but what did they do on night one? Well, they booked a half-ass Seth Rollins cash in that. Again, if you're in the arena, I understand why he was excited because the show was boring. But what it did was, you can add the Seth Rollins stuff within the 5 months of wasted time. Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman explained it on Ariel Hawani's podcast, and even with Paul explaining it, I was like, you know what, Paul, we could have had you to explain this in the ring, and it makes a lot more sense. Because his whole thing was like every time Seth Rollins was trying to win the title, CM Punk would stop him. So now Seth lured him into but you didn't lure him into a false sense of security because CM Punk could have ran out the ring and got away. If Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed was there to beat him up, that's different. So Seth dropping the crutches and faking the injury and doing all this business, it didn't add anything, bro. Apart from the pop for the night. Once the night's done, what happened on Raw? Did anyone care about Seth being the champion on Raw? Nobody cared, bro. They didn't get the injury angle somewhat right. They didn't get it right at all. What did we get from Seth Rollins walking around with crutches He wasn't even beefing CM Punk, bro. He wasn't even beefing CM Punk like that. It's not the beef between him and CM Punk. They had a match at the Netflix Raw 6th of January. It's ages ago. Everything else after that was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure that CM Punk don't do this. They had the WrestleMania stuff. It was over with. He was on to LA Knight and stuff like that. It didn't do anything. It didn't. Seth coming out on crutches added nothing, bro. Added nothing. Now, this is why I say Paul Heyman is smart. Paul Heyman said, which everyone isn't going to watch, this is what saved Paul Heyman. He was definitely trying to save face on this. Paul Heyman said, whoever would have been in that match and won the title, whether it was Gunther or CM Punk, Seth would have cashed in. Why didn't he say that on Raw to make it make more sense? They've built it as if it's the ruse. How can it be the ruse of the century unless people feel like they've been tricked? The only people who feel like they've been tricked is the fans, but that's because kayfabe's dead, not because you tricked us. Kayfabe's dead, so of course nobody knows what you're doing anymore. You added nothing. You faked. Okay, so you took some Instagram pictures and you went on a podcast injured, but you were sitting down anyway, so who knows? And then people said you're walking around injured backstage, but they're all wrestlers, so they're probably lying. And then you came out on top of a ramp at the end of a match where a man was already beat up by Gunther. You came out with your crutches. You walked towards the front. You stared him down. Then you turned around in slow motion. You dropped your crutches, turned back in slow motion, took your jacket off, jogged down the ring, got in the ring and hit him with a briefcase. Let me explain. Rewind. The same match happens between Gunther and CM Punk, and Seth's not injured. Okay, CM Punk wins. He cries in the ring. Seth comes out with a briefcase and runs full sprint down to the ring and does the exact same thing and cashes in. Tell me the difference. Tell me the difference. Because by that token, what people are trying to tell me is if Seth was fit, then when CM Punk won the match, he would have got out of there as quick as he can. But why would he get out of there quick? It doesn't make any sense. Some of you are too forgiving about what the bullshit you've seen is bollocks, bro. Like nothing happened. Nothing happened but a pop for the night, bro. A pop that they're going to start charging you like in the US who have to watch ESPN $30 a month to see that pop. So expect more of it. So it's so dumb. It's so dumb, bro. Anyway. How did this match end? There was there was the blind tag, super kick from the Motor City Machine Gaze. And then Tonga counters, gives Shelley the big boot, and then he choke slams Zack Saban or whatever his fucking name is, Zack Saban Jr. What's his name? Chris Saban. Yeah, man. Them guys. Choke slam, picks up the victory. Solo took the mic. Montreal, take a look. This is what greatness looks like. All of that business. Nick Aldis comes out, says, "Not so fast there, Mr. Solo. Since you have a problem with running your mouth, blah, blah, blah." Then they go, "We knew what was coming. Montreal's own Sami Zayn." Listen, let's be honest, bro. We know one thing with Sami Zayn. If he has any connection to do with the location where wrestling is, he's going to have a match and win. We know this. If it's Saudi Arabia, Sami's going to be there. If it's Canada, he's going to be there, and he's always going to get pushed to win. It's funny how Chelsea Green doesn't get that same treatment on it. She's from Canada too, but all right. Anyway. He makes the match between Solo and Sami Zayn. We get the match. It's a good match. It's a lot. I'll tell you what, in this match was a lot of Super Sami, bro. Like he powered up a lot in this match. There was a lot of comebacks in this match from Sami. He wrestled great because he's a great wrestler. But yeah, it is what it is. There's not much to say apart from Solo lost. I don't understand how. Not only did Solo lose, because in this match, Solo lost and the MFTs got involved in every part of this match. Sami evaded the MFTs, made them look stupid, made them look weak, and beat Solo with a roll-up and scarpered out of there. He beat the US champion with a roll-up. This US champion, who hasn't had the title for that long and has been beating Jacob Fatu, now you're telling me that he has to lose to Sami? It doesn't keep him looking strong, and it doesn't make the title look important at all either. So, yeah, that's what we got there. We had the Wyatt 6 vignette. I don't care about it, so let's not talk about it. We had Charlotte and Alexa Bliss championship celebration. yeah, they celebrated. It was listen, man, the fans lapped it up, but for me, I just thought it was cheesy. Let's be honest, man. I don't care if it's my favorite people in the match. Like the fans lapped it up, but it's teddy bears and Alexa's got a doll for Charlotte, and Charlotte's like, "Give me a hug," and you can give me a hug, and then she moves across really slow, and she's got a cake, and then Chelsea comes out. I did like the fact what Chelsea came out and said. She dissed her home country basically. She done smart in what she did. Chelsea's a proper heel man, so and you know with Chelsea, she's just there to make people look good. That's what she is. I think this went on to I got another gift for you. I'm going to kick Chelsea Green's ass from Charlotte. Nick Aldis comes out, ladies, Chelsea. Sorry to interrupt, but I thought such a special occasion. I will tolerate wrestlers making matches on the fly again. So Lexi, happy birthday! I have a gift for you as well. I got a brand new referee. This was cheesy as hell. I don't understand why he said I've got a brand new referee for you, and the ref waved, bro. Like, what is that? How have you got a brand new referee for Alexa Bliss, but she's not in the match? Made that make sense? But Nick Aldis, the part what got me, he said, since it's such a special occasion, I'm going to tolerate wrestlers making matches on the fly. Nick Aldis, I don't know if you've been watching your show. All wrestlers do is make matches themselves. What do you mean? I'll tolerate wrestlers making. Did you not hear John Cena in the first match? He made the tag team match for the night. He made a match at Clash in Paris. Like, I hear what you're saying as well by the Chelsea Green thing. The one thing I will say about Chelsea is I 100% agree with you lot. I don't like it. But if you've heard Chelsea speak herself, she's happy to do these things. Like, she's always said, like, I can wrestle and stuff like that. But she comes from she likes the diva. She likes the diva times, innit? So she's like, listen, as far as she sees it, and you lot she's probably done it on Unreal as well. She's done it on the Chris Van Fleet podcast. She said, why would I be moaning when I can get TV time? So if you want me to jump in a trash can and put salsa on my head, if you want me to fly through tables, if you want me to go into a skip, I'll do it. So I don't want to blame WWE solely because she's happy to do it, but I will say when someone's happy to do it, there is a point where you can take advantage too much. And they are doing that a little bit with her. I guess you could say that she did receive a US title in that time, but then the US title run was shit. And I don't like it because I know she's better than that and she can wrestle. So but like I said, you are not wrong because two things can be right there. They are taking a piss with her because you're taking advantage in it. You know what I mean? That's like you telling your friend, nah, come on, you're my friend, man, I'll do anything for you. And then all of a sudden, man's asking you to do absolutely everything. But she's got that kind of filler position. I'll tell you what Chelsea Green is to the company. She's R-Truth, isn't it? She's female R-Truth. And as you guys have seen, obviously he got fired but got brought back. R-Truth's been around for 20 plus years. So Chelsea's probably thinking, listen, wrestling ain't what it used to be. I come from the Divas era. I've won a title. If I win a Royal Rumble or WrestleMania, it would be kind of cool. But realistically, I'm getting paid the same amount of money either way. Jump out, I'll have a shower, I'll look good. She likes dressing up. She's a proper girly girl. I like her, man. She likes dressing up. She likes the fans and all that and being around there and making drama. I'll get a bit of cake put on my face. I'll go back, have a shower, get paid the same and leave, bro. And I'm on TV. And fans always talk about Chelsea. The one thing you can say about Chelsea Green is she's never irrelevant. So, yeah, that was diabolical. That was the Survivor Series thing. Let me go to the end of this one. Yeah, this match ended in a figure eight. I did like the figure eight tasting the cake off her face and then carry on doing it. That added something to the match a little bit because it was her and Chelsea. Figure eight was locked in. And then, yeah, that was the end of that match. Is what it is. One part in the match did make me pop, even though it was stupid, was when they were trying to slide in the flat cake and it. But the way, I don't know why they did it like this, but the way Alba Fire was lying straight, she was lying like a flipping ironing board here. And then Dewdrop's like slithering. I don't know why I found that funny, but I found it hilarious, man. Still stupid though. Moving on from there, this is the part where it's like when I said to you like about wasting 5 months. This would have been funny if what you did in the last 5 months didn't happen. This is what I expected to happen the first time around. So you see what I'm saying about wasting 5 months? They didn't need to do any of this because R-Truth and John Cena backstage doing funny segments would have happened if John Cena stayed babyface anyway. In fact, it did happen before he changed. Okay, so there was an Aleister Black promo. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. So, and then we had John Cena and R-Truth backstage. So it's very interesting because John Cena runs into Ron Killings. You didn't run into Ron Killings, trust me. That was R-Truth. And then Ron says, "John Cena, are you really back?" This was almost like WWE taking the piss out of us. This was the moment that I felt them put the Men in Black neuralizer up to our faces. Sometimes you'll have to understand that sometimes they will clown us fans, bro. They know if we're talking too much about stuff, and then sometimes they just lean into it. The fact that R-Truth said, even on, and the fact is, Ron Killings, because even on if I just went on the YouTube thing, it says R-Truth welcomes John Cena back. The first thing Ron Killings says, R-Truth, is, John Cena, you're back. Then if you're back, then Truth's back, or I'm back. Then he gives John Cena a hug. They were doing this little thing, the mime thing where they put the hand up, and that was kind of funny, but whatever. And then this is what John Cena said. This is where I'm talking about them feeding into the fans. This is where I'm talking about them kind of trolling us and letting us know that what we're saying is true, but we're going to move on with it, and you can't do fuck all about it. Word for word, this is what John Cena said. Word for word. Let me get my notes up. John Cena says, he said, I was starting to get worried about Truth. For 5 months, you've been acting weird. For 5 months, you changed your hair. You've been mean to people. Remember when that kid in Brussels, you made him cry and you said you wanted to ruin wrestling? I mean, come on, did you really think that was going to work? And then it said Cena's glad to have Truth back in his life. Okay. The reason why I'm telling you is trolling, because basically everything John Cena just said happened to both of them apart from the kid in Brussels. So John Cena changed his hair because he got his hair transplant. I'm telling you, this is what John Cena's doing, bro. John Cena started acting weird. John Cena started being mean to people. And John Cena pointed to that kid in Brussels in the crowd, the little chubby kid. They're breaking the fourth wall. They're trying to say, like, yes, all of that shit was bullshit. I know you're not online moaning about it. Get the fuck over it. This is the real John Cena's back. Embrace it for the next 4 months and that, which is pretty much what Paul Heyman tried to say on the Ariel Helwani podcast. Is like, yeah, and just embrace that is the super. Bro, it's a joke, man. It's a joke. So the only positive of the fight, well, I say it's a positive. R-Truth got sacked in the 5 months and brought back within the same 5 months. But realistically, the only positive is that R-Truth got a match against John Cena, which wouldn't have happened, and we got R-Truth his job back. That's it. That's it. Cody's in the same position. He's champion again. John Cena's in the same cheesy hustle or to respect thing. He's the same person. Sammy's the same person. McIntyre's the same person. Randy Orton's the same person. Logan's the same person. Roman's the same person. Solo's the same person. Charlotte's not. Naomi's not. Everyone else is the same people, bro. Everyone, like, I know it sounds like I'm talking shit, but even if you don't like listening to me, just take the words I say and go check for yourself, bro. Just go back to Elimination Chamber and watch everything. Don't watch everything. Just go on YouTube, go back to Elimination Chamber and just scroll through all the SmackDown and Raws and just look at the titles of all the videos. Fuck all's changed, bro. Fuck all's changed. Jey Uso didn't have a title, then he had a title, then he doesn't have a title, but he's still yeeting. Gunter had a title, but he doesn't have a title, but he's got a title, but he doesn't have one, and he's still regular Gunter. CM Punk he's the same person, been moping around trying to get matches, got his title, and lost the title within the 5 months, so he's regular CM Punk. AJ Styles, regular AJ Styles, bro. The Rock is not here again. Yeah. All right, we get it. Roman's gone away again. All right, we get it. Nothing's changed, bro. Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker got worse. And Seth's champion again. Fine. Yeah, maybe, Morris, maybe. Fucking Paul, man. Petty Paul, bro. But you know what? it's getting to the point of why should I care, bro? Because clearly most of the fans don't care. I'm not expecting the superstars to care about certain things because they're getting paid, but also, don't you care about your craft? The thing I'll say about Paul Levesque is he actually thinks he's doing the right thing. So I'm getting to the point where it's like, how do I moan at a man that believes he's doing the right thing? Morris, we know what's going to happen as well. Romans, because for the Romans on the Clash at Paris, is in the Clash in Paris poster. Romans on it. Also, the Birmingham show, they sent me an email and then they put it on their Instagram that Roman Reigns is coming to Birmingham for the Raw episode. For what? For what? Because all of a sudden, my son's messaging me like, yo, Roman's coming. I know my son's thinking that he wants to see Roman, but I had to tell my son, bro, like, let's be honest, bro, you don't even watch Raw anymore. Like, you watch some highlights on YouTube and Roman's the only thing. And I'm sad to say, but I'm not paying for Roman, bro. Like, I'll check the tickets 2 days before, and if they've gone down to like 50 quid or something, I'll go. I'm not paying for Roman to come out and point to the sky and get his trainers robbed, bro. And that's it. I'm not doing it, bro, because I'll be honest, I don't care to see any of the other ones. John Cena ain't going to be there. If John Cena wasn't retiring, I wouldn't care about seeing John Cena either. So he ain't going to be there. Randy's not on Raw. Brock Lesnar's not going to be there. Do you think I'm paying to see Bron Breakker, bro? I'm not. I'm not, bro. It's crazy, man. It's crazy business. And what's going to happen is they've booked Roman for all these stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up cancelling it. But if they don't, then that means we'll see Roman in August again. But once August is over, he's going to go away. He's going to go and make his movie and stuff like that. And then we're going to get another Roman Reigns return, which is going to be a big pop. And all they do with Roman is now, since the bloodline's over, is mug him off, put him in stupid angles that don't make any sense. Even when Roman booked himself for the SummerSlam match, his Instagram video was literally, I don't even have anything to do at SummerSlam. So, Jay, what you saying? Should we team up? I don't have anything to do at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns, bro. So now it's like, it's almost like the people who have taken over the regime, you have to understand the bloodline stuff started with Vince McMahon. And it feels like they couldn't stop the train at the time because it was in full-fledged and it was making them all this money. They were going for these contracts. Roman went and got them all these contracts. He got him the Netflix deal and all these deals and stuff like that. He was on all these ESPN and First Take and Roman. He was on ESPN this week again on First Take again. And then it's like, Roman, now you've done all that stuff and now we've used you, bro. We don't have anything for you, bro. We have nothing, bro. So go make your fucking movie. We'll book you in for this. We'll get everybody in the UK to think that Roman's turning up, but he probably won't turn up. We don't have any opponents for you at Clash in Paris because who the fuck is there for him to fight apart from Seth Rollins, bro? And also, every week we're going to have somebody snatch your trainers just to make it even worse for you, bro. What are we doing? When I saw Roman in that movie, that Amazon movie with Eddie Murphy on the weekend, all I thought was, you look like you're meant to be here still. He didn't do anything in the movie, but you look like you're meant to be in these movies, bro. And go get paid, bro. Go get paid, man. Fucking joke, bro. Fucking right. That is actually like annoying, bro. Like, I'm getting back to the point now where just make the women's division more exciting and let me just pay attention to that because normally that's more exciting than it. Hopefully Bianca returns soon and she's fixed properly, and let's go down that route, man. Also, am I tripping? Because I watched it. I watched SmackDown, but I don't know if when I went to make a drink and that. No Tiffany Stratton. I got that right, innit? Have I got that right? There was no Tiffany Stratton on this show. She just had a big match against Jade. She's the WWE champion. No Tiffany Stratton. I feel like his movie filming has now been delayed at the last minute for them to pull him back so soon. Nah, they just haven't sold out of all the tickets in the UK or in the European tour. So if you add him to the thingy, to the roster, you know what I mean? Put him on the Paris thingy, bro. But realistically, his match ain't going to be the main thing anyway. Okay, she was backstage. Fair enough. Well, it's not fair enough because she's the fucking champion, so they should be making something of her, bro. Where's their next opponent? Like, Anyway, maybe I did see it, man. You know what? I'll check my notes on it, but yeah, it was on that. Oh yeah, we had John Cena and Cody Rhodes take on Drew McIntyre and Logan. This match didn't last very long. It ended in a disqualification. I think it was from a low blow from Logan to John Cena, took him out, and then Drew hit Cody with the title between the eyes. And then there was a cool moment. He claymored him through the bottom of the table, which looked brutal. It looked brutal. Now, if I slow it down, it probably can see that shit, but I don't want to slow it down. So yeah, little move there. And then you kind of seen that Drew was staring at the title and all this. So we're going to go Drew and Cody for a few months. I think that's the next thing to happen. And if you're waiting for me to say anything else, what happened? There isn't anything else. That was the end of the show. That was the end of the show. No Brock Lesnar. Who else thinks Cody has gotten extremely stale? Cody's been stale since he had the title the first time. Cody's been stale since he beat Roman at WrestleMania. I'm not even trying to take the piss. I'm not even trying to take the piss. He's been stale since then. Because you don't remember anything from that title run that year, do you? He's fighting the same people. Like he was fighting Judgment Day every week, and he was tagging with Jay. Imagine if they didn't advertise and save these weeks ending credits with Roman for Birmingham. That pop would have been insane. Yeah, it would have been crazy. The only thing is, I get it because Roman's one of them names that, like, if I don't see Roman's name, that will stop me from, like, it'll stop me from paying for certain thing. You know what I mean? I won't buy a ticket if Roman's not there. Then I'm not really trying to buy a ticket unless other people do. And yeah, Morris, delete that message instantly. We're not gonna diss Stacey on here. We're not gonna do that, mate. We're not gonna do that, mate. That's your family, you're the mod, but that will get you blocked, bro. Don't ever do that about Stacey again, bro. I can't even let people see that comment, bro. You're gonna respect Stacey, bro. That's she had a Roman Reigns bloodline run in EastEnders. We're not gonna have that. She is Roman Reigns of EastEnders. I wasn't watching the whole time Rhodes resigned. I watched around that time for the Wyatt Six. Yeah, well, yeah, the Wyatt Six. Freaking hell, I don't know what's worse, man. But yeah, that was your SmackDown review, man. It's that bad that I just realized I got to the bottom of my notes and I couldn't believe how quick. If I didn't start talking about other stuff, this review could have been 20 minutes easy. Could have been 10, to be honest. Let's recap real quick. Yeah, that Joel Ute's a pussy old, bro. The little misogynist little prick, bro. Okay. The recap of this show in a few words. This was your SmackDown show after SummerSlam. Just hear me out. This is how great WWE is, bro. I'm sure that after SummerSlam, Paul Levesque was tired. They handed him a script in the black SUV, and he said, "Listen, wrestling don't stop. We're back tomorrow." All right, shut the fuck up. All right. This is your recap. John Cena comes to the ring, says he was scared. He said he's sorry to all the people and that. Said he's scared about Lesnar, but he's still John Cena. He never gives up. And the time is now. The last time is now. If you want some, come get some. Sequentially, Logan comes down to the ring. Logan and Drew attack him. Cody comes out, saves John Cena. Match is made for the night. Tag team match. We move on from there. The MFTs fight. The Motor City Machine Gaze. Nothing happens. Nothing at all happens. We move on from that match. Sami Zayn fights Solo. Nothing happens. Nothing at all happens. No title online. Nothing. Charlotte and Alexa celebrate. There's a cake. There's some dolls. Nothing happens. Nothing at all happens. And they go on to fight Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green versus Charlotte. Chelsea always loses. Charlotte always beats her. So nothing happened apart from cake in the face. And I'm not talking about ass cheeks. We go backstage. R-Truth and John Cena. They speak to each other. R-Truth is R-Truth now. John Cena blames everything. He basically says to R-Truth that everything you've done is what I've done and what you've done is what I've done. I'm back. We're back. And nobody cares anymore. Then we go on to the final match, which is the match we just spoke about, which is a tag team match. It ends in a disqualification, so no one even gets to see a pin. There's a low blow in the match. There's a Claymore, and there's a title to the head and a Claymore through the table. And that was the end of SmackDown. Everything I just said is exactly what happened in SmackDown tonight. I'm not lying. I didn't make anything up. That's exactly what SmackDown was. Does that sound great to you? Of course it doesn't. And no, and to add a cherry on top, you had fucking Joe Tessitore on commentary, the most boring commentator to ever live, bro. Does anything excite this man, bro? This is the kind of dude that his missus walks in naked and he says, "Babe, did you check the mail?" Yeah, that was your SmackDown. And this is calm savage. I've not gone off on one. I've not started shouting. This is me going forward because I don't have the energy, bro. I don't have the energy. The only thing that was gratifying to me while I was watching it, one, I wish that SmackDown started an hour earlier. If SmackDown started 1 hour earlier, I would have been a lot happier. Because then I could have just been finished by 2 o'clock. But yeah, that was your SmackDown. That was it. Went off air, Claymore through the announce table. Cody looks weak after Cody being Super Cody at the weekend and kicking out of 17 AAs and 45 STFs and all this shit. And he gets one Claymore and he can't get back up. But John Cena done all that stuff to him in that one match and he got back up. This is what, see what I mean about WWE? They're not thinking about stuff going forward. I agree, Morris. That Nia Jax and Lash Legend feud is great. Pull it on SmackDown. It gets Lash Legend over with a crowd that don't know her. And then, yeah, we're good to go. Because let's be honest, man, whatever you think about Nia, putting Nia on NXT is diabolical behavior, bro. Especially when we don't have that many heels on the main roster. But I'm sure that when it gets to Survivor Series, they'll find some, they'll I don't know, they'll claw around and try and find some women that are supposed to hate each other to put them in War Games. Why does all Survivor Series have to be War Games, by the way? I don't even know if this one is. I think it is. I think it's in the poster. Why does it have to be War Games, bro? Like, you're taking the fun out of the War Games matches by keep giving it us. Like, there has to be a reason. Why can't it be Survivor Series and one of the matches is a War Games match? Because now you're basically doing what you do with Elimination Chamber, but at least Elimination Chamber is a title shot at the end of it. Anyway, that was your SmackDown review. That's Talk Smack 2025, 8th of August. If anyone's watching and you're from my side or the UK and there's any hookup for Raw tickets for Birmingham, let me know. Because again, I ain't going unless it's a certain price. You know what I mean? So, and they better put Pete on the dark matches at least, bro. At least. But yeah, aside from that, it is what it is. I'll be back. It's Saturday today, Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow with the Community Shield watch along. Liverpool versus Crystal Palace, and I'll probably have Juve and Dortmund on over the screen as well. And then Monday we'll be back again and we'll start running the whole week again. Again, guys, I do like the fact that you lot are so involved in the channel, but get involved a little bit more in it. Yeah, you know I mean, I have to do my bit as well, so I might just start putting out community tab pictures just to see what everyone wants to see and stuff like that. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, that's why they did it. That's exactly what they did it. They put Roman there to cover AEW, bro. That's why John Cena's on the tour as well. Try and mash him up for the weekend, innit? Because I think on the ticket thing, John Cena's not going to be there, but it says possibility, superstars you can see subject to change. It's petty at the point. And no, you know what, Morris? The reason why I'm not going Forbidden Door is because I was a bit salty last year at All In when they announced that Forbidden Door was going to be taking the place of All In at Wembley. And then obviously they moved it from Wembley because they can't. I don't know if you've realised that they can't pack out Wembley with Forbidden Door, so they've changed the venue. But yeah, I'm not annoyed because I've seen the card. The card looks really good. Although, like, the way Forbidden Door was booked before was a lot of like New Japan versus AEW, and even though I like New Japan in the style of it sometimes, I don't care about them. I'm not one of them wet hair CEX dog smelling people that like that wrestling. So that's for them. But so if it was in Birmingham, I'd go because you can buy AEW tickets like up to a day before, and the tickets will be like 40 quid, man, and it'll be a good seat as well. But I obviously have to travel to London and stuff and get a train, and the train fares are not cheap, bro. So, and I've already got the West End Theatre coming up as well and all that stuff. So it's a lot, man. But I would go. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. Yeah. What a disappointing SmackDown, man. I feel like the only way I can. Now I see why, which I still think is stupid, by the way, and I don't have to say any names. But now I see, right, all the wrestling content creators they've created characters for themselves in it. They've either got two types of wrestling content creators now, and I'm not including myself in it. You have the overly positive ones, the overly excited ones that I don't know why you're moaning. This is brilliant. This is cinema. And I'm not on about the kids, by the way. The kids should like it because you're a kid, so you're seeing stuff completely different. I'm not on about you. Like, enjoy it, have fun. So you have the overly excited ones, the 5-star match. Oh, this is incredible, and blah blah blah. And then you have the news gossip type wrestling fans, and then you have the overly critical. And I'm talking about past me. I'm talking about the ones that they're literally, even if SmackDown was good today, they would make a video saying SmackDown sucks. Even if SmackDown was good today, they'd be like, SmackDown is awful. Paul doesn't know what he's doing. Like, them people who everything's a rant. Everything's a rant. I'm not talking about my kind of rant where I come on here being positive and then I end up having a rant. I'm talking about the ones who they woke up planning to have a rant. I'm going to plan to be angry online because at least I get the views in. Hey, not me, bro. But all I want to leave you guys with this, innit? Just remember that at SummerSlam, we saw Roman Reigns do this. And that is where I'll leave you guys. That is what we've got now. Roman Reigns, no trainers. Roman Reigns doing the reverse yeet. Just give me Mariah May, man, and just lock off this whole thing, innit? Been your boy, Good Savage. Comment, like, subscribe, and share, right?